Daniel J. Howard here, and as a pickleball instructor, what I've noticed is there are a lot of games, drills designed for the recreational player. What I want to teach you is some games and drills designed for the advanced level player. I want to help you improve your mindset when it comes to practice, playing with more purpose and more intention, as well as improving specific skills that you're going to need to defeat those other advanced level players. Here's a drill I like to call angle bedangle. It's going to help us work on our topspin and our slice dinks. If you'd like your game to continue to evolve, make sure to subscribe for all the content at Selkirk TV. John, you and I are going to rally back and forth dinking. You see the targets laid out here? This is an alleyway where I'd like you to hit your dink. I'm going to hit with topspin. You are going to hit the ball with some slice or backspin. Is this something you've ever done before?
No.
Okay.
No, this is new.
This will be a good challenge for you then. When you slice the ball to me in a real point, that's an opportunity for me to hit some topspin. Benefit of topspin is the ball's going to travel faster. It's got an arc over the net that's going to get the ball to descend more quickly. Therefore, if I'm hitting topspin, it's going to be difficult for you to try and challenge me back with topspin of your own. Generally, what you're going to want to do instead is slice the ball and get underneath it so that it doesn't pop up off of your paddle. So you'll be working on the slice aspect. I'll be continuing to work on the topspin aspect. Try the best you can to keep the ball within this little alleyway here. Obviously, if you were to pop it up too high, that would be a problem. Whereas if you go too wide out in here, that's also a problem where I might hit around the post and that all of a sudden that wide ball backfires against you. You go ahead and start with a regular feed. I will begin with topspin, and then you slice right back to me. We'll see if we can sustain that rally. Good, John. Your ball skidded on the line here. Yeah. Now we've used tape for our lines. You can use a rubber drop down lines. You could use a cone if you wanted to, but tape also works as well. Just know that if the ball hits the tape, it's probably going to skid. Maybe that's just an extra challenge for you. But John, that's well done. Could you feel when I was hitting with some topspin that the ball was traveling a little faster?
It does. It jumps. Has a nice jump to it. So yes. Yes, it propels itself very well.
Right, and that's the goal of hitting topspin. Topspin will affect the bounce differently than a slice. The slice tends to stay lower, whereas a topspin tends to kick up a little bit. So keep that in mind. The topspin versus slice is going to affect the flight of the ball as well as the bounce of the ball differently. Let's switch roles. John, now you do topspin, and I will do the slice. And the difference is the pathway of the paddle moving across the ball. With the topspin, the paddle face is starting below the ball, lifting up the back, massaging against the back of the ball, whereas the slice is opposite. Starting up above the ball, coming down across the back of the ball, and following through below. So the pathway of the paddle moving across the ball makes the ball react differently off the face, creating either topspin or backspin. Starting below, lifting up, creates the topspin. Starting above, coming down, creates the backspin. You go topspin now, John.
Okay.
Start with a regular feed. You don't have to topspin the feed, but you start with a regular feed. I will slice, and then you give me topspin.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Not bad, that's okay. You just got to round the side a little too much. That's better. Good. That's okay. If you make a mistake, we just pick it up and keep going.
Okay.
Important to note that we want to mimic real movement as if we were playing a real point.
Okay.
What we don't want to do is just get caught in the corner and hit the ball only without any type of movement. Being an advanced level player, you should be comfortable with moving and recovering in between your shots. So let's keep that in mind, that when we do this exercise, we're going to raise the intensity and move our feet into position as if it were a real point.
Okay.
I'll continue to do backspin. I caught the line, so a little unfair. That's better. You notice how we can kind of get into a little rhythm during that rally? That's what we want. Where I'm just consistently slicing, you're consistently hitting that topspin. This is a shot you would hit in a real point. Keep that in mind, that you want to mimic what is reality. If my opponent gives me a slice, that gives me permission to hit topspin. And if they give me a lot of slice, I have permission to hit a lot of topspin. If I give my opponent topspin, generally, they're going to be smart to hit a slice in return. If they try to hit a topspin off of my topspin, most often the ball is going to pop up off the paddle face, which gives me an easy put away. So it's not smart for me if my opponent gives me heavy topspin, I'm just going to hit slice. I'm not going to try to hit heavy topspin right back. That's a difficult play. One more rally. Let's switch sides now, John. So you'll go to the left side. I'm on the left side. I'll start with topspin. You can do the slice. Have you ever even hit topspin backhands before? Never? So this will be new for you when we get to that point. I will start with the topspin. You start with the slice, and we'll continue the rally this way. I will mention that there are multiple options for hitting topspin on the backhand side. I'm going to use two hands, but then we'll talk about the other options as well. It's okay. If possible, if you can get one out of the air, that's okay. These may not all bounce, so if you are able to reach in and hit a volley out of the air, that's acceptable. It's just not the goal. We're not purposefully going to try to lean in and take this ball early, but we still want good footwork. We still want to move into position rather than allowing every ball to bounce. If you get the opportunity to take one in the air, that's okay as well. Just know that we are trying to keep the ball down low, away from our opponent's strike zone when we do this exercise. Good shot, John. Good shot, John. You caught the line. Good shot. Let's have you try the topspin backhand. I will slice the ball. Your preference if you want to try one hand or two hand backhand.
I'm going to try one, but I don't know if I can. I might have to switch to two.
Okay.
Try one.
It's worth experimenting.
Yeah.
As a high level player, if you don't have a topspin backhand, you're limiting yourself. If you want to develop your game further, I would recommend topspin backhand. It's highly beneficial. And there are moments when you really want to use topspin. I would encourage you to try and give it some time. It will develop. I'll slice. Not bad, John. That's pretty good for the first time, John. John's first time hitting a topspin backhand. You have a good understanding of the pathway of the paddle. And that's what's key here is if you can get the paddle to start below the ball and lift upwards against the back of the ball and finish above, that's the key to hitting a topspin backhand. Whether it's with two hands, starting below, lifting up the back and finishing above the contact point, or with one hand, starting below and then finishing up above. Either way, the pathway is what determines the spin of the ball. So I thought you did a pretty good job of starting below the ball and moving up the back to create some topspin. Meanwhile, I was moving downward across the ball, creating the backspin. Again, this is what you're going to see in a real point. At the higher levels, players are adept at using the topspin, the backspin to manipulate not just the location of the ball, but the flight of the ball, and then therefore the bounce of the ball. Let's try that again, John.
I can see when you cut the ball, I don't have a lot of options.
Correct. When I carve this ball and it stays low, you might bump it, but you also have the opportunity to use some topspin because of the way the ball is spinning. And the reverse is also true. If you give me a lot of topspin where that ball is rotating over the top very fast, it's difficult for me to try to come up the back of that ball without it popping up. I'm gonna prefer to just come down across that ball and go with the spin that's already present, and that ball is more apt to stay low. Let's try again. Friendly feed to start. I'll slice. Good topspin, John. Good try. Even though that ball didn't come over the net, the pathway was pretty good. That's the right motion. You said you've never tried these before. This is a new concept, but at least you understand the motion that is required to create topspin. This is a difficult shot, right?
Very much so. This is something I've never tried. So yes, totally new stroke, but I get the idea of why I need to learn it.
Yeah, as a 4.5 level player, you can see how this might add a new dimension to your game.
Yes. Very much so, yes.
Let's drill it one more time, John. I slice, topspin. Again. Good shot. Good shot. Commit to it. Got to trust that stroke. I know it's new, but try to believe in it. You know the motion that's required. Go ahead and commit to it. Finish that. There you go. What happens often, John, at 4.0, 4.5, even 5.0 level is players will go backhand to backhand, slicing or bumping this ball, and it's kind of a war of attrition. You've seen that before. Let's do that quick demo here. I slice, you slice, I slice. And they're not bad shots, but there's not much advantage being gained here. This is just okay. Meanwhile, our teammates are wondering when they're ever going to get an opportunity. Adding some topspin now makes you more dangerous, and it elevates the quality of the shot. If you slice to me, John, and then I give you topspin back, try again. You slice to me, I give you some topspin. Not bad, you handled it well, but did you feel the faster pace of my shot?
No way I could topspin that back to you.
Right.
I can't.
It gives me an advantage. I gain the upper hand in that situation because my ball can travel a little faster and the bounce is also faster. You know, it's a millisecond faster, but it does make a difference. So rather than simply slice back and forth and try to wear the other player down, I now gain an advantage by adding topspin. I take away your time.
You make me defensive.
That's exactly the point. If I can get you to become a little bit defensive, maybe pop one ball up, then I've accomplished my goal. In addition to that, if I can step out here and roll that topspin consistently, I now become more dangerous off of a bouncing ball, not just a ball that's in the air, but off of a bouncing ball. I can disguise this better. If I set up for a slice here, it's pretty obvious I'm going to slice through this ball. If I set up with my paddle down here, whether it's two hands or one, you don't know yet where I'm hitting this ball. I might flip it forward and challenge the player in front of me. Or I might wrap around and hit topspin out to your left side. I become more dangerous when I have the ability to hit topspin. That's why it's in your best interest to practice this over and over and over again. Cross court, me slice, you topspin. So if you don't have this in your arsenal, I would encourage you to add it. If you don't have this shot in your arsenal, add it because it's going to take your game to a new level. You have more options hitting topspin, cross court, or straight ahead. You become a more dangerous player.